Vaitheeshwara, Paramashiva, the only Purusha, gave life to all beings. He revealed all the knowledge in the Vedas and Agamas, but when the light of knowledge is forgotten, ignorance and darkness arise, and from there, diseases are born. Born more than 1,000 years ago, devastating human societies, the ancient plague known as King's Evil thrives, swallowing millions of lives every year, one every 22 seconds, a pandemic which seems unstoppable. The clock is ticking, the world and its leaders are running out of time as the COVID-19 pandemic takes the front seat and the King's Evil gets forgotten. Yet, it hasn't stopped. When all other solutions fail, the divine is the only solution. Engaged in intense prayers, beings seek divine grace, taking refuge at the feet of the ultimate being, Paramashiva, Vaitheeshwara, and at his feet, no prayers remain unfulfilled.
Name Bhatta Pranashyati. My devotees do not perish.
Out of pure compassion, he assumed the human form. Raise yourself by entangling with the avatar. Receive the blessings and direct healing and protection from Vaitheeshwara himself. Hara Hara Vaitheeshwara, Paramashiva, the only Purusha, gave life to all beings. He revealed all the knowledge in the Vedas and Agamas, but when the light of knowledge is forgotten, ignorance and darkness arise, and from there, diseases are born. Born more than 1,000 years ago, devastating human societies, the ancient plague known as King's Evil thrives, swallowing millions of lives every year, one every 22 seconds, a pandemic which seems unstoppable. The clock is ticking, the world and its leaders are running out of time as the COVID-19 pandemic takes the front seat and the King's Evil gets forgotten. Yet, it hasn't stopped. When all other solutions fail, the divine is the only solution. Engaged in intense prayers, beings seek divine grace, taking refuge at the feet of the ultimate being, Paramashiva, Vaitheeshwara, and at his feet, no prayers remain unfulfilled.
Name Bhatta Pranashyati. My devotees do not perish.
Out of pure compassion, he assumed the human form. Raise yourself by entangling with the avatar. Receive the blessings and direct healing and protection from Vaitheeshwara himself. Hara Hara Vaitheeshwara, Paramashiva, the only Purusha, gave life to all beings. He revealed all the knowledge in the Vedas and Agamas, but when the light of knowledge is forgotten, ignorance and darkness arise, and from there, diseases are born. Born more than 1,000 years ago, devastating human societies, the ancient plague known as King's Evil thrives, swallowing millions of lives every year, one every 22 seconds, a pandemic which seems unstoppable. The clock is ticking, the world and its leaders are running out of time as the COVID-19 pandemic takes the front seat and the king's evil gets forgotten. Yet it hasn't stopped. When all other solutions fail, the divine is the only solution. Engaged in intense prayers, beings seek divine grace, taking refuge at the feet of the ultimate being, Paramashiva, Vaitheeshwara, and at his feet, no prayers remain unfulfilled.
Name Bhatta Pranashyati. My devotees do not perish.
Out of pure compassion, he assumed the human form. Raise yourself by entangling with the avatar. Receive the blessings and direct healing and protection from Vaitheeshwara himself. Hara Hara Vaitheeshwara. Paramashiva, the only Purusha, gave life to all beings. He revealed all the knowledge in the Vedas and Agamas, but when the light of knowledge is forgotten, ignorance and darkness arise, and from there, diseases are born. Born more than 1,000 years ago, devastating human societies, the ancient plague known as King's Evil thrives, swallowing millions of lives every year, one every 22 seconds, a pandemic which seems unstoppable. The clock is ticking, the world and its leaders are running out of time as the COVID-19 pandemic takes the front seat and the King's Evil gets forgotten. Yet it hasn't stopped. When all other solutions fail, the divine is the only solution. Engaged in intense prayers, beings seek divine grace, taking refuge at the feet of the ultimate being, Paramashiva, Vaitheeshwara, and at his feet, no prayers remain unfulfilled.
Name Bhatta Pranashyati. My devotees do not perish.
Out of pure compassion, he assumed the human form. Raise yourself by entangling with the avatar. Receive the blessings and direct healing and protection from Vaitheeshwara himself. Hara Hara Vaitheeshwara. Paramashiva, the only Purusha, gave life to all beings. He revealed all the knowledge in the Vedas and Agamas, but when the light of knowledge is forgotten, ignorance and darkness arise, and from there, diseases are born. Born more than 1,000 years ago, devastating human societies, the ancient plague known as King's Evil thrives, swallowing millions of lives every year, one every 22 seconds, a pandemic which seems unstoppable. The clock is ticking, the world and its leaders are running out of time as the COVID-19 pandemic takes the front seat and the King's Evil gets forgotten. Yet it hasn't stopped. When all other solutions fail, the divine is the only solution. Engaged in intense prayers, beings seek divine grace, taking refuge at the feet of the ultimate being, Paramashiva, Vaitheeshwara, and at his feet, no prayers remain unfulfilled.
Name Bhatta Pranashyati. My devotees do not perish.
Out of pure compassion, he assumed the human form. Raise yourself by entangling with the avatar. receive the blessings and direct healing and protection from Vaitheeshwara himself. Hara Hara Vaitheeshwara. Paramashiva, the only Purusha, gave life to all beings. He revealed all the knowledge in the Vedas and Agamas, but when the light of knowledge is forgotten, ignorance and darkness arise, and from there diseases are born. Born more than 1,000 years ago, devastating human societies, the ancient plague known as King's Evil thrives, swallowing millions of lives every year, one every 22 seconds, a pandemic which seems unstoppable. The clock is ticking, the world and its leaders are running out of time as the COVID-19 pandemic takes the front seat and the King's Evil gets forgotten. Yet, it hasn't stopped. When all other solutions fail, the divine is the only solution. Engaged in intense prayers, beings seek divine grace, taking refuge at the feet of the ultimate being, Paramashiva, Vaitheeshwara, and at his feet, no prayers remain unfulfilled.
Name Bhatta Pranashyati. My devotees do not perish.
Out of pure compassion, he assumed the human form. Raise yourself by entangling with the avatar, receive the blessings and direct healing and protection from Vaitheeshwara himself. Hara Hara Vaitheeshwara. Paramashiva, the only Purusha, gave life to all beings. He revealed all the knowledge in the Vedas and Agamas, but when the light of knowledge is forgotten, ignorance and darkness arise, and from there diseases are born. Born more than 1,000 years ago, devastating human societies, the ancient plague known as King's Evil thrives, swallowing millions of lives every year, one every 22 seconds, a pandemic which seems unstoppable. The clock is ticking, the world and its leaders are running out of time as the COVID-19 pandemic takes the front seat and the King's Evil gets forgotten. Yet, it hasn't stopped. When all other solutions fail, the divine is the only solution. Engaged in intense prayers, beings seek divine grace, taking refuge at the feet of the ultimate being, Paramashiva, Vaitheeshwara, and at his feet, no prayers remain unfulfilled.
Name Bhatta Pranashyati. My devotees do not perish.
Out of pure compassion, he assumed the human form. Raise yourself by entangling with the avatar, receive the blessings and direct healing and protection from Vaitheeshwara himself. Hara Hara Vaitheeshwara. Paramashiva, the only Purusha, gave life to all beings. He revealed all the knowledge in the Vedas and Agamas, but when the light of knowledge is forgotten, ignorance and darkness arise, and from there, disease. Born more than 1,000 years ago, devastating human societies, the ancient plague known as King's Evil thrives, swallowing millions of lives every year, one every 22 seconds, a pandemic which seems unstoppable. The clock is ticking, the world and its leaders are running out of time as the COVID-19 pandemic takes the front seat and the king's evil gets forgotten. Yet, it hasn't stopped. When all other solutions fail, the divine is the only solution. Engaged in intense prayers, beings seek divine grace, taking refuge at the feet of the ultimate being, Paramashiva, Vaitheeshwara, and at his feet, no prayers remain unfulfilled.
Name Bhatta Pranashyati. My devotees do not perish.
Out of pure compassion, he assumed the human form. Raise yourself by entangling with the avatar. Receive the blessings and direct healing and protection from Vaitheeshwara himself. Hara Hara Vaitheeshwara. Paramashiva, the only Purusha, gave life to all beings. He revealed all the knowledge in the Vedas and Agamas, but when the light of knowledge is forgotten, ignorance and darkness arise, and from there, diseases are born. Born more than 1,000 years ago, devastating human societies, the ancient plague known as King's Evil thrives, swallowing millions of lives every year, one every 22 seconds, a pandemic which seems unstoppable. The clock is ticking, the world and its leaders are running out of time as the COVID-19 pandemic takes the front seat and the King's Evil gets forgotten. Yet, it hasn't stopped. When all other solutions fail, the divine is the only solution. Engaged in intense prayers, beings seek divine grace, taking refuge at the feet of the ultimate being, Paramashiva, Vaitheeshwara, and at his feet, no prayers remain unfulfilled.
Name Bhatta Pranashyati. My devotees do not perish.
Out of pure compassion, he assumed the human form. Raise yourself by entangling with the avatar. Receive the blessings and direct healing and protection from Vaitheeshwara himself. Hara Hara Vaitheeshwara. Paramashiva, the only Purusha, gave life to all beings. He revealed all the knowledge in the Vedas and Agamas, but when the light of knowledge is forgotten, ignorance and darkness arise.
स्वरूपं परमानन्दं नित्यानन्दं गुरुवररूपं ज्योतिस्वरूपं परमानन्दं नित्यानन्दं हरिहररूपं शक्तिस्वरूपं सच्चिदानन्दं नित्यानन्दं हरिहररूपं शक्तिस्वरूपं सच्चिदानन्दं नित्यानन्दम्
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतम् भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं Sadgurum tam namami. Nithyanandam, welcome one and all for this very auspicious morning of Kalabhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Wow, what a way to start a day, receiving the blessings and the darshan of our dear Bhagavan Kalabhairava, the most dearest God of KAILASA. Today, being the auspicious Tithi of Ashtami, we are all being blessed with the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Bhagavan Kalabhairava in this very special program called Kalabhairavoham, manifesting the state, the space, powers, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Maha Kalabhairava through the Kalabhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshan, manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Maha Sannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. It gives us immense pleasure and honor in inviting and welcoming each and every one of you joining us for this program from all over the world, from all our Kailasas, Adinams, Sarvagnapitas, monasteries, temples, Paduka Mandirs, Satsang centers, youth centers, Gurukuls worldwide, and from literally every continent, every time zone. On this auspicious occasion of Kalabhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Welcome each and every one of you for this very special program. What will we be learning in this program today? We'll be sharing, and joining me today in this beautiful program is Ma Nitya Dayamayananda Swami, and both of us together will be the Acharyas for this session as we prepare ourselves to receive the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Bhagavan Kalabhairava.
So what you will learn today in this program is what is pain and suffering, who is Maha Kalabhairava, principles of Maha Kalabhairava, how to go beyond pain and suffering, powerful cognitions to empower yourself, Diksha and Darshan of Maha Kalabhairava, manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Maha Sannidhanam, Bhagavan Nithyananda, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
As we get ready to experience Kalabhairavoham, let us understand who is Kalabhairava. I'm sure many of us here know who our dear Lord Kalabhairava is. For those of us who are joining this program for the very first time, or those of you who are new to the deity, the divine being Kalabhairava, let us watch the short clip on who is Maha Kalabhairava. Let us watch this clip now.
The ferociousness of seeking is powerful enough, like the fire of Kalabhairava, to burn everything which need to be burnt and destroyed inside you. Laziness, tiredness, boredom, everything which need to be taken out of you can be just like that burned. How many microseconds it will take for negativity to disappear in front of Kalabhairava's ferociousness? Not even micro millisecond.
How many micro milliseconds will it take for the negativity to disappear in the presence of Maha Kalabhairava? Micro milliseconds. That is what we are going to experience in Kalabhairavoham. Kalabhairavoham is a Sanskrit word which means I am Kalabhairava. In today's program, you will be taught the principle that Kalabhairava embodies so that you can manifest the state of Kalabhairava, pure unclutching, the space of Kalabhairava, complete completion, the powers of Kalabhairava, the extraordinary powers of third eye, and the very being of Kalabhairava, radiating the very Tyaga of Paramashiva.
Kalabhairavoham, taught as per Hindu scriptures. We will be learning Kalabhairavoham through all the four padas, as in Agamas, Kriya Pada. It traces electromagnetic force of your existence and connects you with Paramashiva. Charya Pada, the lifestyle of living enlightenment. Jiva, the self, connecting with all dimensions of the world. Then Yoga Pada, raising your Kundalini and connecting with Paramashiva. And Jnana Pada, bringing Paramashiva in your being and making him manifest in you.
How will we be achieving the Kalabhairavoham? By entering into the space of listening. I request the NTV operator to please project the slide. Yes. By entering into the space of listening, by internalizing, by manifesting powerful cognitions, and through Diksha and Darshan, the special initiation and the Darshan of our beloved Swamiji.
So we are blessed with going to have the Kalabhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshan. So what is Samadhi? Sama Adi means one with the source. Bhava means attitude, aspect. Bhava Samadhi means being one with the source through this aspect.
The aspect, the bhava that you choose, through that bhava, being one with the source is Bhava Samadhi. Knowing this aspect is ultimate, and being in oneness with that aspect is what we call as Bhava Samadhi.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan awakens your Kundalini Shakti and your whole brain becomes alive. Bhava Samadhi awakens your Kundalini Shakti, which is the latent potential energy in every human being. Awakening of Kundalini Shakti results in extraordinary abilities expressing through us, like third eye awakening, ability to have remote vision, ability to scan anyone's body, levitation, teleportation, and materialization. This influx of super consciousness energy also visibly shows down the aging process and improves immunity to disease. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, and transform our lives.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan allows one to experience the formless in a way that we can deeply understand and relate with. Having darshan or even a glimpse brings lasting transformation in us, cleansing lifetimes of karmas, raising us to the next level of superconscious breakthrough, like hitting the reset button on our being. Experience Bhava Samadhi Darshan to discover the extraordinary possibilities and the quantum leap from man to superhuman.
How does Bhava Samadhi Darshan works? The signs of Bhava Samadhi Darshan. During Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar. Mirror neurons activate and process all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing and without the physical act of imitation. That is, our entire body silently and without movement recreates what is happening distances far away, experiencing the superconsciousness energy radiated by the avatar.
Who is the avatar? For those of us who are new to the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, who are new to this whole concept of avatar, a quick introduction to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Maha Sannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was born on the 2nd of January 1978, is the reviver of KAILASA, a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based universities as a lifestyle for humanity.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has ordained as the 233rd Guru Maha Sannidhanam of Kanchi KAILASA Sarvajna Peetam, that is Tonde Mandala Adhinam. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the incumbent Emperor of Surya Vamsha Surangi Samrajyam. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 293rd Jagat Guru Maha Sannidhanam of Kailashonnata Shamala Pita Sarvajna Peetam. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the Maha Mandaleshwar of Maha Nirvani Akhada, largest apex monastic order.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar, the head for all spiritual leaders of Atal Akhada, the ancient epics body of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff is the 23rd Guru Maha Sannidhanam of Dharma Mukti Swargapuram Adhinam, and the Supreme Pontiff is elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 Hindu leaders.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, revered as the teacher of Hinduism, most prolific, most viewed, read, and watched. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism authored 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages, English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was watched over 20 million, read over 20 million copies of books and articles sold, read, and downloaded. Over 10,000 hours of discourses given by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism enriched and enriched over 1 billion lives digitally. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, respected as commentator of all sacred scriptures such as Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Shiva Sutras, Brahma Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gita, Jain Sutras, etc.
Honored as the leader of Hinduism, the most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader, reviver of the 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including the Rudras, Rudrakanyas, Rishi, Rishikas, Bhairavas, Bhairavis, the Sannyas order, establisher of the largest Hindu university, the KAILASA's Nithyananda Hindu University in the world, with satellite campuses in 150 countries, establisher of the 1,000+ KAILASA enlightenment ecosystems, founder and reviver of over 100 Sarvajnapeethas, collector of the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. One of the things that the Supreme Pontiff is well known for is the millions that Supreme Pontiff has initiated into manifesting the extraordinary powers of Third Eye. He is well known and uniquely known for making his disciples, followers, express and manifest the extraordinary powers of Paramashiva so effortlessly in their day-to-day life. So now we are going to enter into a very interesting, enlightening, and entertaining demonstration of the extraordinary powers by the initiated disciples, the Balasans, the Nityananda yogis. I now invite Ma Nityanandita and Mata Topriya to lead us into the manifestation of extraordinary shaktis.
Thank you so much, Ma. Yes, Nityananda, I'm also excited actually for today's darshan. We are having the darshan of Bhagavan Kalabhairava. And it's such a joy being here with all of you today. For many of us, such a beautiful morning to begin with. And from so many parts of the world, so many different corners of the world, everybody joining in for this experience of Kalabhairavoham. And to start off with, Kalabhairava is one of the most mystical dimensions of Swamiji. So we are now going to be seeing the power manifestation, the extraordinary powers manifesting, and all of us, the Balasans and Nithyananda Yogis, have joined with you all today to share, manifest these extraordinary shaktis. Actually, so you might be wondering, those who are new here, you might be wondering, what are these shaktis that we're going to be talking about? So that is this first segment that we're going to be introducing you to all these. Actually, at the end of today's darshan, all of you are going to be initiated into a set of 7 powers of third eye, which are going to be third eye, body scanning, remote vision, length, sarvajñatva, mahima, and consciousness over matter. So these are going to be a set of 7 powers. By the end of darshan today, each of you are going to be receiving the diksha and the ability to be manifesting all of these shaktis. So now, what are these shaktis? In the Hindu Vedagamas, Paramashiva has described more than 463 plus shaktis, which are embedded, which are inbuilt in every single human being. As Swamiji says, man plus third eye is God. God minus third eye is man. So everybody has this extraordinary shaktis inbuilt in them. Next slide, ma. Now, these shaktis. So actually, this is what we are learning about shaktis right now. So there are 2 things, shaktis and siddhis. Shaktis are the ones that express from the space of enlightenment, from the space of oneness, when you are initiated by a living avatar, a guru. Siddhis, on the other hand, manifest in the path of enlightenment. Shaktis are the source of enlightenment. Siddhis manifest in the path of enlightenment. The shaktis of Paramashiva may manifest from an ordinary person in an extraordinary way. These are permanent, whereas siddhis are not. Siddhis may divert you from enlightenment, but shaktis are the source of enlightenment. Now we are going to be manifesting these shaktis and showing to you, these are the shaktis of Paramashiva. Paramashiva is the primordial divinity in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, who does the Panchakritya, Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Tirobhava, and Anugraha. And we are going to be manifesting this power of Paramashiva now. So, not just now, stay tuned, even after the darshan, you're also going to be able to manifest it. So now, this extraordinary science is being revived by Paramashiva himself in his 1008th incarnation, walking the planet Earth and making these extraordinary sciences available in the most user-friendly format for humanity today. And this science has been passed down to Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, through Guru Parampara, the master-disciple lineage. Next slide, ma. And you all can see the picture on the right side of this slide. You all can see all the enlightened beings and masters who are blessed and chosen to play the role of Guru in the young avatar's life. And from so many different traditions, the science has been taken and that has been made user-friendly and available to the humanity today. Next slide. Now, how do we awaken these shaktis in us? Now, we all learned about the science, but how do we awaken these shaktis in us? See, understand, every ultimate truth, the jnana, mapped into your consciousness, prajna, manifests as possibility and power of every being, prajnana. The secret science behind how we manifest the shaktis is diksha. Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an avatar. It can be transmitted through nayana or look, mantra or words, sparsha or touch. Just one moment of the diksha you receive, it manifests amazing shaktis and oneness in you. Now, whatever science that we are learning, right? Be it power manifestation or the further sections, everything we are going to be learning, all these are authenticated and time tested in 4 different levels. First is the Shastra Pramana, where the source scriptures are referred to, which shows it's a time tested science. Then it is authenticated with the experiences of Aptas, the great rishis and Vedic scientists. They are called as Apta Pramanas. Third is Atma Pramanas, from the accounts of Swamiji's own life. All these are verified. Fourth is Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experiments. Each of these sciences are authenticated in all these 4 levels.
Now, where are these pramanas taken from? The Vedagamas. Vedagamas are directly given by Paramashiva, and hence they have the status of Shruti. And they are the source scriptures of Hinduism, and they have all the practical science and the applied science. So they have the pure science and applied science both. And any reference cited from these are called as Shastra Pramanas. Next slide, Ma. Now, let us all get ready to witness, enjoy, receive these shaktis today. Now, the Balasans and Nithyananda Yogis will be using the sacred alchemy products which were personally energized by Swamiji himself to manifest these shaktis. And without further delay, let's get going into the first power for the day, being able to see with our eyes closed, the power of third eye. So, we are going to be chanting pramanas, meaning we're going to be chanting the scriptural references for each of these powers, and then we will be getting the balasans and beginning to manifest.
So now this power, the first power that we are going to be seeing, demonstrating and showing to all of you, to show that it is possible even for you, which you're going to be doing towards the end of the darshan today, is the power of third eye, where just by the initiation from Swamiji, one gets the ability to see without the physical 2 eyes. Meaning, even when you are blindfolded, you will be able to see. So that is this power, extraordinary way it can manifest. So now we are going to be seeing the Shastra Pramana. So the Shastra Pramana is the scriptural reference. It is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Kapalantar manonyasya tishtan milita lochanaha Kramena manaso dharyat lakshaye lakshyamuttamam.
By fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed, in succession by that stability of the mind in inner space, through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam, by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva. This exact science has been described beautifully in the Bhagavad Gita. We all know Bhagavad Gita, where the whole chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the 11th chapter, called the Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, where Bhagavan Krishna reveals his cosmic form to Arjuna. Arjuna actually sees this whole thing just through his third eye and describes. And this verse is a reference as to how Bhagavan Krishna initiates Arjuna into third eye.
Natu mam shakyase drashtum anenaiva svachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshu pashyam me yogamaishwaram.
The meaning of this verse is where Bhagavan Krishna says, but you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore, I grant you the divine third eye vision. Behold my majestic opulence. Next slide. Now, the Atma Pramana is a beautiful incident from Swamiji's life. And Swamiji was just 12 years old, sitting on the sacred rock of Pavarakundra, a hillock in Tiruvannamalai, Swamiji's birth town in India. Swamiji had the 360-degree vision when Swamiji was playing with meditation, as Swamiji puts it. And Swamiji had complete 360-degree vision. And not just he was able to see everything above him, below him, around him. No, he also experienced himself in everything around. He was able to experience himself as a breeze. He was able to experience himself as a stone on which he was sitting. And Swamiji was able to experience himself as the whole nature and ambience around him. And today, Swamiji has established this whole third eye science scientifically using the modern science and modern equipments. We can see the reference here where a set of doctors and researchers in the US have conducted this test personally on Swamiji himself. Swamiji himself went through this test to establish the authenticity of this extraordinary science using the modern scientific equipment. And
now we are going to be having the Balasans doing this. We are going to be seeing, actually, all of you can see, millions have been initiated into this power. Now we're going to be having
Now we have our Balasans, Manitya Virajananda, Manitya Kaladharananda, and we have Manitya Madhurananda, all of whom have joined us today for manifesting the power of third eye. Now we are going to be seeing all of them. Yes, we have Manitya Madhurananda along with her mentor Manitya Amritananda, Nithyanandama. We have Manitya Kaladharananda along with her mentor Manitya Paramapriyananda, Nithyanandam. And we also have Ma Nitya Virajananda along with her mentor Ma Nitya Jayeshananda. She'll just be projected very soon. And now I request both the mentors to kindly show the eye band to the camera, please. We are going to be using a very specially designed eye bands which are built by ophthalmologists and certified by ophthalmologists. Yes. And you can see the front of this eye band is completely made of opaque plastic, which will obstruct any kind of light passing through. The back of this eye band is made of sponge. Yes. And that will completely go and sit on your skin. And that will obstruct any kind of light, any kind of gaps falling in, and it will completely cover the eyes of the balasins. Yes. And yes, we can also see Manitya Virajananda being projected now along with her mentor, Manitya Jayeshananda. Beautiful. Nityanandam. Yes, so sweet to see all of you. And yes, you can now tie the eye band on the balasins, please. I request all the mentors to kindly put on the eye bands on the balasins. And
so
as
you can actually see that it's completely covering them as they see. You can see the side angle and the sponges are there. The eyes are completely covered, so no kind of a light even enters.
All the viewers, I also actually request all the, you can see all three of them are unmuted as well. I request all of you to keep yourself unmuted just to assure the viewers the authenticity of the manifestation of this Shakti. So you all can see all the balasins have their eyes tied. You all can now turn towards your left, right, and show it clearly. There's nothing in your ears. There's nothing here and there. There's nothing around. Just to assure the authenticity of this extraordinary manifestation to each of the viewer.
So now all the viewers, stay tuned. You have a very exciting activity on the way. Stay tuned, and you all can see here clearly how all of them have been blindfolded. Now I request the host to kindly unmute all the three balasins. We request the host to kindly unmute Manitya Madhurananda, Manitya Virajananda, and Manitya Kalabhairava.
Yes. Now, we are going to be asking each of the balasins to read the live comments from YouTube. Each of you that are watching this, now that the balasins have tied their eyes, please go ahead and leave your comments in the YouTube live comment section. And I request the NTV operator to now project the YouTube comments, please. As the balasins are going to be reading, the comments are going to be getting projected on the screen. So you all can see the comments coming in live and the balasins starting to read it. Yes, we have many comments. Yes, you can just show the comment section and the balasins. Yes, I now request the balasins to go ahead and start reading the comments that are in front of you. Yes, Manitya Virajananda, you can go ahead and start reading, Ma. Sorry for the technical glitch, just small. Yes. Balasins unmuting themselves. Yes, go ahead. Ma Kalabhairava now can now start reading.
The latest comment says CHAR Rose, a pink color heart, L, black color heart, O, green heart, V, yellow heart, E, blue heart, Y, purple heart, E, red heart, N, red heart, S, and a smiley face with a blue ring on top.
Wow, actually it was very beautiful, and that was a very creative comment as well. Ma Shah Rose, you did a good, you have done a good job. Actually, you have put all emojis and letters in between, and the balasins identified each of the emoji correctly along with the letters and characters in between. That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Ma Shah Rose. You can share with us how you felt. And yes, Manitya Madhurananda can now go ahead and start reading. You all can see the comment here. The Ma Shah Rose has commented, and that's been projected for all of you. The heart, exactly as Ma Kalabhairava read it. Yes, Manitya Madhurananda can now go ahead and start reading.
So after the comment which Ma Kaladara has read, we have Beena Bulal with 5 red heart emojis, and then Raghunath Karki, Om Nama Shivaya, and then the Nama has 2 N's, and then Paul Srila Swamiji.
Beautiful. That's wonderful. We have that is so correct. Actually, I request both Beena Bhulai and Raghunath Karki Ayya and Charros, all of you to share with us. Share with us on the comment. Yes. Now we have Manitya Virajananda. I request you to now go ahead and start reading the comments in front of you, Ma. Ma Sharos has put, wow, amazing. She has responded, and Raghunath Karki also has put awe and thumbs up. So that also maybe she should be reading. Yes. Yes. Ma Virija, you can go ahead and read. You can ask them a question, maybe they can answer, and you can read out the answer if you want. All of you can go ahead. Ma Virija, you can read comments about Ma Sharos and Raghunath Karki and whatever is coming in. Come on, go ahead and start reading now.
Okay. So Prasanna Singaraju, as posted earlier, Nithyananda Swamiji, kneeling down, my head touching your toes, my palms touching your lotus feet. I'm begging, praying, please burn all my Durganas.
Yes, I think you need to refresh the comments down and read the latest ones as participants are all seeing the latest comments on the screen.
Okay. So, this one person posted IAS dream, Om, heart, M, and a green color heart. My shadows is
wow.
Have more faith. And Ma Bala Candy has posted 3 thumbs up. And Ma Beena Bolai has posted love you, Ma.
Wow. And Ma Sharon has responded to the third eye Balasan's reading. She says, I am in tears and have more faith. Beautiful. And each of you are going to be manifesting this. And so happy to have all of you over here. And today, each one of you are going to be receiving this Diksha. And it's really exciting to see so many more new people just joining. Stay tuned. We have the next amazing powers that are coming in, and you are going to get to manifest those. So thank you so much, Manitya Madhurananda, Manitya Kalabhairava, and Manitya Virajananda. I request the mentors now to kindly open the eye band and show the eye band to the camera, please. So all of you can see as they're opening. And as the eye bands, they're all removing the eye bands. We have so many comments flooding in saying, wow, it's amazing, and they're shocked, and it is so beautiful. Yes. So now you could, all of you, please turn it behind and show it, please. So all of you can note there is no gap or anything, and it's completely, like as she was explaining, the ophthalmologist certified eye band, which completely blocks light. Thank you so much. Thank you all. So we had Manitya Madhurananda from the Los Angeles Sarvagnya Peetham, and Manitya Vijayananda and Manitya Kaladarananda joining from the Adi KAILASA Sarvagnya Peetham. Thank you so much for joining. Now we are moving to the next power. Yes. Now the next power is going to be something more interesting. The Balasans are now going to be able to look into your body with whoever wants to come up and whoever wants to volunteer. They're going to do a scan, like how you have issues, diseases, you go to a doctor and then you have a lengthy scan, you go through a CT scan, MRI, and so many things. So how does this scanning actually look like? See, like how exactly you go through an X-ray, right? And then in X-ray, you get to see like almost like a black and white of your body, and then, you know, the bones, all of that. Here, you get to see a live 3D anatomy of the body of the person that we are scanning just through the third eye. So you are going, so we are actually through the third eye, we are going to be seeing the 3D anatomy, which is there inside you, and going to be able to even see the problems which are there. Be it scanning fractures, surgeries, or scanning for any illnesses, scanning for your height, weight, or even scanning for your medically diagnosed issues, whatever is revealed in the third eye with the connection to Swamiji, we scan and reveal that to you. Now, whoever wants to come up from the chat, even on YouTube, if any one of you on the YouTube are live, you have to stay tuned till you receive the answer, and you have to acknowledge back to us just so that we can be sure it's reaching to you. You can comment on YouTube live, whether if you want body scan, or you want us to scan your house, because being here, whether we are sitting in Adi KAILASA Sarvajna Peetham or in the Los Angeles Sarvajna Peetham, being where we are, we can scan your house, we can scan your body. So here in the Zoom room, whoever is sitting with us on the two-way video conferencing, all of you can post here if you want to experience body scanning or remote vision. Similarly, anyone on the YouTube also can post here if you want to have body scanning or remote vision, and it's going to be first come first serve basis because we have a limited time. Okay, yes, Ma Radhika Parthipan, Nithyananda Ma. So Ma Radhika Parthipan has requested for a body scan on the Zoom now. Yes. So we are going to be having Ma Nitya Brahma Yogananda, who is going to be scanning Ma Radhika Parthipan. And Ma Bina Bhulai is requesting for body scan. We are going to be having Ma Nitya Prajnanananda scanning Ma Bina Bhulai. And we have Joel Wilson requesting for a body scan. And I'm going to be requesting Ma Nitya Tattva Priyananda to connect and scan Joel Wilson, who's requesting for a body scan. Ma Bina Bhulai and Joel Wilson, I request both of you to kindly stay tuned till the end of this so that you can receive the scan. Okay, we have... So these are the first two people who just came up. So we are going to be scanning them. And you all can put, so all these people, so if Mabina Bhulai and Joel Wilson, if both of you are acknowledging that we can go ahead and scan your body, please put yes in the chat, clearly telling yes, you acknowledge that we can scan your body, please. And Maradhika also has put a yes. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, now we are going to be having Ma Brahma Yoga scanning Ma Radhika. And anyone here in the Zoom room, I know there are many of us who jump up for body scanning, but whoever wants to have your house scanned, please do let us know in the comments as well. We have Balasans who are going to be scanning your house as well. So please do let us know if any of you want to experience the remote vision, you want to have your house scanned. So you can let us know in the comment section, in the chat, in the live chat box. Yes. Ma Pragyana will be scanning Ma Bina Bhulai, and Joel Wilson is being scanned by Ma Nitya Tattva Priyananda. Ma Radhika Parthiban is being scanned by Ma Nitya Brahma Yogananda. And we have also few more. I'm just going to be connecting each of you with another Balasan to scan. We have so we have Ma Nitya Jayeshananda who can scan Jagdeep Gill. Ma Nitya Jayeshananda, I would request you to scan Jagdeep Gill. He's on YouTube. I request Jagdeep Gill to also acknowledge in the comment if you're comfortable for us to scan you. So we have one more house scan request from Priya Ghanakota. So Priya Ghanakota, great. So since you're okay, I have something more interesting. We have BV Construction and Engineering Private Limited. Very interesting. Something so relevant. They're requesting for a house scan. Okay. So definitely yes. Ma Nitya Yoga Pranananda can scan. Ma Priya Ghanakota, I will be scanning you, Ma. And BV Construction and Engineering Private Limited, Ma Nitya Yoga Pranananda can be scanning. I request all of you, whoever I'm calling out, please stay tuned and please be there so that you can acknowledge it and listen to our scanning and you can let us know. So meanwhile, before we enter into the scanning and revealing, we are going to be chanting the scriptural references, the Shastra Pramanas. So now we'll start with the Shastra Pramana for body scanning. Swadehe jagato vapir sukshma sukshmatarani cha tatvani yani nilayam dhyatvante vyajjate para. The translation beautifully goes